We will install a wall mount corner seat. The corner seat will get mounted by lag bolts through holes in the back, and the lag bolts will go through the Onyx panel and then into wood backing that's inside the wall. Before we put the sheetrock or the Onyx panels on, we installed wood backing between the studs. The wood backing is either a 2x8 or preferably a 2x10, and that gets located right behind where the seat will be. The first step is to determine the location of the seat. Normally the seat height is about 18 inches off of the shower floor, but it varies based on the homeowner who's going to use it. We'll locate the seat, mark our holes, and then drill the holes. Once the holes are all drilled, we'll clean up, put a little silicone behind the seat, and then we'll attach the seat to the walls and put a bead of color match on, and then we'll be finished. To position the corner seat, a lot of times it's easy to put a mark about the height that you want the shower seat to be, and then we'll put the shower seat in place. It's a little awkward, sometimes it's a two-person job, but once you have the shower seat in place, line it up with your mark, and then mark your holes, and then we'll drill them in the next step. Once the holes are marked on the tape, we'll use a 1/4-inch drill bit to drill through the Onyx and into the wood backing. That'll be the pilot hole for the lag bolt. Once the pilot hole's in, we'll get a larger bit, a 3/8 bit or a 1/2-inch bit, and we'll just drill through the Onyx wall panel. You want to clear drill through the Onyx so that the hole through the Onyx is larger than the bolt. You don't want to put any stress on the panels. You want the wood backing to hold the bolt in place, not the Onyx panel. So we'll start with the pilot drill. And then to drill through the Onyx, just be careful not to go into the wood. Once the holes are drilled, we're ready to mount the seat to the wall. The first step is to put silicone on the back side of the seat. Not a whole lot of silicone is needed, just a little bit. Once the silicone's on, put it through the lag bolts through. And then we'll line these up. Once you get a bolt or two started, just put the remaining couple bolts in, and then we're going to tighten the seat to the wall. To tighten the bolts to the wall, I get a 9/16 ratchet and socket, and simply crank them in, kind of tightening them together. So we'll just tighten them up so it's snug, and then we'll just move all the way around the seat. Just to test how tight to tighten the bolts, step or sit on the seat and see if it moves at all. If it moves, you can tighten it up just a little bit more. If it squeaks, if you can hear it moving, tighten it up till you can't hear it moving anymore, and then it's tight enough. What will happen is the silicone behind the seat will cure, and that will make sure it never moves again. So heard it squeak a little bit as we sat on it, so we'll just tighten up a little bit more. Test it again. And that's pretty solid. Once you fasten that seat to the wall, it's very secure to the point where you can stand on it. It will not move. The weight capacity is probably well over 500 to 600 pounds. So it's very strong seat, and it will not come off the wall. So the next step, we'll go ahead and just color match silicone, clean it up, and it'll be finished. Run a color match bead of silicone right along the edge. It's a very small bead is all that's needed. And come back and just real gently wipe it off with your finger and leave yourself a nice bead of silicone right there in the corners.